Inspection contingency, home inspection tips for sellers. That's today's topic, and we're getting started right after this. Hi, I'm Kim Ward, real estate broker in San Diego, California, and expert with helping people to sell homes in probate or trust. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button, and that way you'll be notified of my upcoming videos every week, and you wouldn't want to miss anything. So let's talk about inspection contingency, home inspection tips for sellers. An inspection contingency, also sometimes called a due diligence, gives the buyer a specific amount of time to have the home inspected, typically between 7 and 17 days of a fully executed contract. I personally prefer 10 days maximum because experience shows that once the buyer's inspections are complete and any buyer requests for repairs are negotiated, 95% of the time the transaction closes. An inspection contingency protects the buyer who can cancel the contract or negotiate repairs, or what I like even better is a financial credit based on the findings of a professional home inspector. In California, the home inspection contingencies are part of the purchase contract. In most situations, home inspections are conducted after entering into a contract to purchase the house. If you're not sure that a home inspection contingency is a big deal, consider this. A few months ago, I was helping to sell a house in San Diego, and the buyers submitted an offer that removed their inspection contingency. They didn't feel like they needed to have one. Then, shortly thereafter, about a week later, I receive a phone call from the buyer's agent, and she says she's sending me over a request for repair document asking for a reduction in the price along with her buyer's inspection report. Now, keep in mind, they had already removed their inspection contingency, but now they felt that they could go back into the house and inspect the house themselves, not even using a licensed inspector. What happened was a lot of back and forth, days and days of conversations and paperwork. The buyer was asking for a $17,000 reduction in price. My seller said no. The buyer then spent a couple of days drafting more paperwork, asking for a $7,000 reduction in the price. My seller said no. Long story, lots of unhappy people, including my seller. And we continued on with the contract with no reduction in price based on this inspection that they should never have had. So what I'm saying is 90% of buyers get a certified, licensed inspector to inspect the house. And based on those findings, they then ask for repairs, and then I help to negotiate a financial amount of money that goes towards the buyer's closing costs. Now, the home inspection is primarily structural and visual, meaning that whatever the home inspector can see. However, the home inspector is neither licensed nor are they qualified to discuss findings that may extend beyond their areas of expertise. So what they do is they write in their report, recommend further investigation by some type of specialist, like roofer or electrician or plumber. Specialist inspections can include the following. So for example, if the home's water pressure is low, the home inspector will note that low water pressure on his inspection report and recommend that the buyer hire a licensed plumber for further investigation. If the home inspector recommends further inspections in the report, the buyer may wish to call a specialist for more advice. Home buyers cannot go on and on with various inspections. There is a timeline, a date that the home inspection contingency should be released. Ask your realtor or review the purchase contract for that date. In California, the buyer inspection contingency does not automatically expire. Your realtor must guide you to take a specific action, such as requesting that your buyer sign a contingency removal document in writing. Then and only then is the inspection contingency removed, meaning your buyer cannot ask for any more additional inspections or additional repairs. When the purchase contract has been negotiated, escrow opened, The home inspection should be conducted as soon as possible. And if you are working with a realtor, request that they attend the last 30 minutes or so of the inspection. I do this for my clients because I want to have the knowledge of items the inspector deems defective. That way I can thoroughly explain the findings to my seller, who should not be at the home inspection. If the home inspector recommends that you call an HVAC specialist, heating and air conditioning, for example, to do further investigation of the furnace, the buyer might have to contact several specialists before finding someone that's available. Your real estate agent can help you coordinate these inspections and send the findings to the seller in a timely manner through their agent. Remember, our California residential purchase agreement contract defaults to giving the buyers 17 days to conduct inspections. And remember, if the buyer does not release the inspection contingency on the California Association of Realtors contingency removal document, the buyers can continue to do inspections. A little tip: for over 5 years, I've guided my sellers to negotiate the inspection timeline to 10 days, not 17. Then my team tracks the buyer's agent to what often feels like the ends of the earth to get the written documentation removing the contingency. It's always a good feeling when the contingency removal documents arrives because besides the appraisal contingency, having the inspections completed is a huge hurdle towards getting what the seller wants, a sold home. The reason that I'm sharing these insider secrets with you is that not every listing agent is this diligent. If the listing agent never demands the contingency release for inspections, buyers can often skate through the contract without performing that act, and none of the parties might even notice that the inspection contingencies are still in place. By not releasing the inspection contingency, it means in California, the buyers can cancel on the day it closes if the buyer chooses. And believe me, this has happened. So there you go. Please subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified of my upcoming videos, and I really love to read your stories or answer your questions. Just comment below, and I will see you next week.